Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through how to lay out your magazine spread. So I'm going to go ahead and do 8.5 by 11 vertical. And I know the assignment is just a 2-page spread, but I'm going to do a 3-page spread so you can see what the cover and then the open would look like. So I'm going to switch this to inches. I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 vertical orientation, 3 pages, facing. Start on page 1, that's fine. Now you can do your columns here, but you're not really sure what they look like, so I'm going to go ahead and do columns. I could do preview, but I'm stubborn. And I'm going to say, it sounds like a lot, like, oh, I only need 2, but you can switch things around if you have more. So I'm going to go 8 columns with this. That's 8 columns per page. Margins, 0.375 to ½ inch is good. And bleed and slug, so for the bleed, let's keep it at 0.25 so you have some sort of bleed in there. Don't worry about slug. Hit create. And this is what it's going to look like. Oh, it looks kind of heavy and weird, but this is where you want to be. So this would be the headline page of your document. So maybe you would have a big graphic that bleeds off the top, and you would have your headline or title or caption in here and some paragraphs of stuff. But the point of this is, I'm going to use color blocks, is you can use any combination of grouping of these columns with gutters in your layout. So I could do, cancel. I'm going to copy paste this. So I could do copy paste 3 and 3, and then just not use this and have it as white space. I could do 3 and 4. I could do 4 and 4. I can have it shift this way a little bit. The only really important thing is, you see these gutters in here? Don't drag across and through. The gutters are meant to be empty if you're not using the column attached to it. So this is incorrect. If you have a text box, all of your elements, text boxes or not, everything in here needs to attach to some series of guides, columns, and gutters. Okay, edge to edge. And this is what you want it to have. And by doing this and by having this on every single page, it guarantees that you'll have some sort of consistency and alignment throughout the entire document. And that's what you want to have. So this is the most important part of your takeaway of doing the magazine spread. In the magazine spread, I was teaching Illustrator a second ago. Magazine spreads they're super fun, and I don't think I was really particular about what topic you pick, but I want to see a combination of skills when you guys do this thing. So if you Google up magazine spread, you get some generic concepts, but they're not really Will Smith. They're not really as in depth as I. Cosmetic magazines have more Photoshop, and they make you hungry, but that's okay. So looking at a food magazine spread, freaking awesome example here. Look at this. There's a clipping path. This wasn't shot like this at all. I'm certain this wasn't a top-down shot. I'm certain these elements, these cashews were placed in separately. This was shot, clipped out, placed in separately. They probably drew these in Photoshop and put it as a background image and then put the text box on. Also, this one truly breaks the grid, so it breaks a lot of the rules and probably makes it harder to conceptualize. Same here. This is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is aligned and that's a gutter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6 column layout. Might be a 7 or 8 column layout. It's kind of hard to guess at that, but you could take a screenshot and paste it into InDesign and turn on columns and gutters, or margins and columns, and see, you could kind of see what they did, like what snaps to which better. This one's a 1, 2, 3, 4 column layout. It's really obvious that it's a 4 column layout. And this is a decent concept. We have an image here, we have an image here, we've got a clip out here that's probably made in Photoshop on top of the image, and then the text is flowed in. It's beautiful. I'd love to see in your layouts where one graphic at least has been clipped out. These are all clipped out on clipping paths and put in as a graphic. And you could have a photo that has, just its edges on it, and that would be great. You'll have text that has headlines and body text. I don't like centered text. Try to just use one alignment. Multiple alignments in a layout is really rough. This pizza one's been around for a while. It's a little blurry, but it's pretty awesome. 1, 2, 3 column layout. I mean, that's pretty basic. But clipping paths on each of the pizzas, quite fantastic. And you gotta have one vector element. So whatever you want to vector draw, you can vector draw. It could be the logo. It could be an illustration for something. Kids magazines. That's the other one. Kids magazine spread. Freaking fun! If you did one for like Toledo Zoo to do, or kids magazine spread. I don't even know what these are. Some of these are people's projects. These work really, really well too because you could do recipes, you could do learning stuff, you could do kids games. This is tons of cool vector art in here. This looks like something that was turned in. I don't want to think about that right now. You get your vector art and your photographic images. You get your text formatting. Just remember, you got to stick with your design and your theme and your target audience when you're working on it. So hopefully that helps. I'm sorry I couldn't be in today. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and I will be in next week, and you'll have me the whole time.